So if you want to achieve your goals and want to stand upon your expectations, then today I have a very amazing tip which will do wonders. So keep watching to know what it is and how does it work. So what happens is that we're in the habit of setting long-term goals in our lives, which is good to achieve incredible things in life. But what it does is, it makes us lazy and we don't do anything in our daily lives which will help us get closer to our dreams. So what is the tip? The tip is to create deadlines for your goals. What do I mean when I say create deadlines, and how does it even work? Deadline is the time limit in which the task is to be completed. But what does it has to do with doing the task? Does fixing a specified date makes a difference in our motivation to do the task? And guess what? It does. Fixing a specified time period in which you have to accomplish your goal helps a lot in accomplishing the goal. Because it sets our mind in the urgency mode, and that urgency pushes us to do the task consistently and hit the goal in the deadline. Let's say your goal is to lose your weight and gain strength. But when? In coming 10 years? Or in this very year? By what time do you want to lose the weight? This is really very important. If you don't fix the time by which you want to lose the weight, you're never going to be on track of your goal. Your goal will always look like a goal, which is not the purpose of ever setting a goal. Its purpose is to accomplish it and get it done. But how deadlines are going to be helping you in this journey of accomplishing our goals? Now that you want to lose the weight, your mind isn't motivated to exercise right now because it thinks it has got enough time to do it later. Tell me if the same happens with you. Don't you feel like there's enough time to do it later because there's nothing to make you feel urgent about it? And it goes on and on. But if you set a deadline, say of 3 months, you create an urgency in your mind. Setting up deadline means that you're creating a short-term goal for yourself. And if you don't have a deadline in front of yourself to fulfill your dreams will always look like a dream. Because you don't have an urgency to accomplish them, your short-term pleasures will win over your short-term goals. And every time you'll think of doing something to accomplish your goals, the pleasures will drive you towards them and you will lose the track of the time. Setting a goal without a deadline is the same as saying that you want to reach at a place without even knowing by what time. And that makes it really impossible for you to ever reach there. Because every time you'll try to pace ahead and make some effort, your mind will comfort itself by saying that it has got enough time to do it later. But if you fix a specified time period in which you're going to be hitting the goal, then it will create a fight between your pleasures and your goals. Sometimes you'll win over your pleasures and other times they'll win over you. Sometimes you're doing the task and other times you're failing to resist your gratifications. And this is how every time you get distracted from your goals, the deadline will take you back on track of your goals. Because you have the fear that you might miss the deadline and you will have nothing done. The trick is to make your mind feel the urgency to do the task which it doesn't feel to do very often, as it is engaged in short-term pleasures. Now all you have to do is to stick that date with its goal in front of your eyes, so that every time your eyes get to see the date, it will create an atmosphere for your mind to work because it is afraid of missing the deadline and not having anything done. So the two things which creating deadlines do is that firstly, it creates an urgency for our mind to do the task in the present moment, which it doesn't feel to do because of laziness. Secondly, which is also the complementary point of the first one, is that it creates a fight between our short-term goals and short-term pleasures. Because we are always in the habit of setting long-term goals, so the pleasures seem to win over us and our goals seem to be in the losing side. But creating deadlines create a balance between our pleasures and goals. So today, go and set a deadline for a short-term goal of yours. Make sure that your short-term goals align with your long-term ones and see how does it work for you. But always keep this thing in mind that if you miss a day without doing what's necessary, doesn't mean you have to spend the rest of the days the same way. Be persistent and you'll see yourself doing things that you always wanted to do.